Who are you? What is it that has kind of lit the fire underneath you to become an entrepreneur? How did you get your first customer? How does that work? Welcome to the JOD Pod, a micro podcast where we interview CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, authors, and coaches. Today, we are joined by Cristina Samoila, the founder of BeeProductive. Great to have you with us today, Cristina.
Hi there. Thank you very much for having me. Very happy to be here.
Awesome. So, for those of us who don't know who you are, Cristina, who are you?
So I'm what's called a systems integrator or operations manager, which is a little bit of a mouthful, but basically I am who you go to when you want to make sure that your company is super scalable and you want to remove yourself from the fulfillment process of whatever service it is that you're offering. That would be the short version of who I am. So go to Cristina when you want to achieve those things.
That's fantastic. And how long have you been running your business, BeeProductive?
So BeeProductive is very new. I founded it like 4 months ago.
Wow.
Thank you. But I have been working in this field for the past 7 years.
Okay. And what is it that has kind of lit the fire underneath you to become an entrepreneur and start your own business?
Great question. So it hasn't, I would be lying if I said it's always been a dream of mine because it hasn't. When I was like a little kid, I was very dreamy and like had completely different things that I wanted to do. But as soon as I went to my like first real job, I realized, okay, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Having to go to an office and do whatever it is that I'm going to end up doing and do this for somebody else and on somebody else's terms and work on somebody else's dream for the rest of my life is not what I want to do. And I'm pretty sure that falls right in line with what everybody else's motivations are when starting their own businesses. Um, so that's how I got to at least decide that in the future I want to be my own boss or have my own business.
Fantastic. And you've only been around for 4 months. How did you get your first customer?
So referrals mostly. I think
So, what's that mean?
100% actually.
What does referrals mean for you then? So you're
Word of
speaking to
mouth.
people.
Just word of mouth, really.
Okay.
Like X person who's worked with me for a while just recommends me to a colleague or a friend or just puts something out there like, hey, I recommend this person, you should work with them, and people just reach out. Like, it's the internet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's always interesting to hear how people get their first customers. You know, referral is one of those things, and particularly if you've just first started, leveraging existing contacts, existing relationships you've got is a
Yeah.
really, it's a key way, particularly in your space about, making, to win those first customers.
Yeah, well,
Um,
so my first client and I, we were part of the same Facebook group together,
mhm.
and I just reached out and said, guys, I am looking for a mentor to teach me about business, about marketing, about sales, about everything else, everything that's part of being an entrepreneur and having a business, but that was not at the time part of my skill set. And I am willing to like fill in with what I know how to do and we can sort of grow together. And a bunch of people responded to that, and my first client and I, we just ended up working together. And
That's
we still
fantastic.
are to this point because
That's
that
great.
happened like 3.5 years ago.
So okay. So you made the contact 3.5 years ago. You're still working with them,
Yeah, one on one.
delivering to them. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And with Be Productive at the moment, how does that work? Do you do consultancy? Have you got a course that you're running? How do you help people make that leap in their business?
So on one hand, yes, I have a sort of coaching program slash course
Hmm.
where I teach people how to create systems and operations and standard operating procedures and everything else that's needed so that they don't feel as bogged down with the fulfillment process. That's on one hand, but my most recent baby, so to speak, is a business in a box thing that's built specifically for coaches. And that includes all of the systems and processes and standard operating procedures that I have built for one of my coaching clients that's allowed them to get from like 100K a month to like $1 million. And with a super high client retention rate like 95%. So I've built that with him over the past 8 months. And now I've kind of taken it, templatized it, and I want to be able to bring that exact system to more people who are in the same field.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. So, who would be your ideal customer then? It's a coach that's it's already started. They've started to deliver something, but then they're trying to
Yeah,
scale what they're building.
yeah, exactly. It would be an online coach who already has a business. They already have a coaching program, and they already have the sales and marketing side figured out. Because as much as I love what I do, I don't recommend people spending money on systems and processes before they actually have a consistent way of gaining new clients. Like, you should have clients coming in, and you should be kind of drowning in fulfillment right now. Like, that is the thing that's your pain point, not I don't have any clients. If you don't have any clients, you need to focus on marketing and sales. But if you do have clients and you want to have more of them, but you can't because of all of this fulfillment that you're drowning in, instead of killing your outreach and your lead generation so that you can focus on servicing your existing customers, I can help you get yourself out of the fulfillment process so that all of this scaling can continue, so that you can reach your revenue goals and every other goal that you may have.
That sounds great. I know lots of coaches, and one of the big problems that they have when they're growing is that they start winning a few clients and they start fulfilling those clients, but then they run out of time,
Mm-hmm.
energy to actually grow their business anymore. And they might have more clients that are trying to sign up with them, but they almost can't accept them because they're delivering to too many. And actually
Exactly.
looking at, I've seen some of the systems that you put together there. They would work really well for a coach that was looking to really make a step up in their business. And I think a lot of coaches out there, a lot of people out there are using coaches, and coaches is a growing business because of so many people like you that are looking to start businesses for themselves. And one of the easiest way of doing that is actually invest in a coach that's going to show you the way, the right way of doing things. So that's a really exciting opportunity, and I'm excited to see how the business grows for you over the next
Thank
12
you.
months or so.
Thank you.
Are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Yes. Ask me the
Good,
things.
good. What's your favorite app or SaaS product that you use every day?
That is the hardest question because of what I do. I use like tens of softwares and SaaS products on a daily basis. So
I think
choosing a
I think
favorite is like, it's like asking me to pick a favorite out of the kids. Like,
I would put money on a product that you would get, that you would pick as
I
your number one
know,
there.
I'm sure you know, because, and I've read this, it's like even parents have a favorite among their children. They're never gonna say it, they're never gonna admit it, but they have a favorite. And can I actually mention two of them?
No, you could you because of what you specialize in can mention all the apps. Just go for it,
Oh,
Christina.
so you have about 4 hours to be on this podcast with me.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, well, obviously the first one that I'm gonna mention, and I'm betting it's the one that you're putting money on, is ClickUp. Everybody, regardless of whether you're flying solo or you have a team, needs a project management software. I don't even care what it is. You just need one. Um, but because of the nature of what I do, I've tried them all. I think I've tried everything that's under the sun, and so far ClickUp is the one that I have stuck to the most. I feel like for the price point that it has, which is very low, it offers more than anything else that's on the market. It offers automation. It just really, really encompasses everything that you're gonna need, and probably a lot more than you are gonna need. But other softwares for the same price point do not. So like, would be my choice. It also has a nice interface with colors and stuff, which I like.
So you use ClickUp for your business, but you also would recommend it for a coach, for example. That's part of what you do.
Yes.
You'd help them set up, is that kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
absolutely.
All right, go on then. One more product. Come on then, Cristina.
So this next one that I'm gonna mention, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. I've started using it 2 months ago. It's very famous. It's not gonna be like anything groundbreaking. It's called Go High Level, and it's this platform that combines your ClickFunnels, so like landing page builder, to Active Campaign. So it has like a CRM. It has a sales pipeline, kind of like Pipedrive. So it saves you a lot of money because instead of having to use 5 or 6 different systems and have them all communicate with each other, you have them all within the same platform. So it's much, much easier to create automations and stuff. And I'm saying I have a love-hate relationship with it because I feel like for each of the softwares that it replaces, it's doing like a 90% of the job that the original one uses, but just because you're able to have them all within the same platform, it makes it worth it for me. So yeah, that's why it's the love-hate relationship, and I'm having the little bit of an asterisk there.
That sounds really interesting. I've not heard of that before as a platform, so I will definitely check up on that. That's really interesting. Right, let's get on to these quick fire ones then.
Yes.
So what's your most recommended book, Cristina?
You mean what's my 3 recommended books, right?
Oh, you're one of those, are you? Okay, come on then.
So I really like Michael Gerber's E-Myth because from a mindset perspective, for people who want to become entrepreneurs but have not taken that step yet, I would have everybody read that. Can I go into more detail, or do we just have to riff off of them?
No,
So basically, most people who are good at something also think that they would be able to create a business doing or servicing the thing that they're good at. But there is a very big difference between being good at X thing and being good at creating a business. And that's what the E-Myth book really dives deep into. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't create a business just because you're good at something. I'm saying read that book first.
It's a nice book to read as well, I think.
Yeah.
The E-Myth. I think it's well. They use stories really well.
Yeah.
Are not too long and are really specific, and people can understand them. Yeah, I love the E-Myth.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to recommend 2 more books to me, are you?
I could maybe just
Go for it.
scratch one off the list.
Quick. Let's go.
Okay, quick. Traction by Gino Wickman. That's kind of what inspired me to become a systems integrator, and that's a book that's going to explain a lot about what I do in general and like kind of how to manage your own business. And the third one would be Donald Miller's Story Brand, since you touched upon story earlier anyway.
That's a very recommended book. I have not read it yet though, but thank you.
That's a sin. That's one of the cardinal sins.
Who's your favourite YouTuber or podcaster at the moment?
Oof, I have 2. Can I say 2?
You're allowed a podcaster and a YouTuber. It's absolutely fine. Go for it.
So I really like Patrick Bet-David from Valutainment. He's very entertaining, and I feel like he touches upon a lot of subjects, and I feel like he's not as focused on having his YouTube or podcast as a part of a sales funnel, as most of the other marketing people are. Like with most of them, you can kind of tell that via their YouTube channel and everything that they do on there, they're kind of trying to raise awareness for products and services that you're offering and so on and so forth, which is not a bad thing. Absolutely not. But I do like that with valuetainment, you kind of don't feel that as much. And another one that I like is Chris Do from the future. He started with like graphic design and branding and all of that, but he's since turned into like a general business strategy channel. And I just really like it because I am also passionate about graphic design. I do my own graphics, and do graphic designs for clients and stuff like that. So it kind of combines two things that I really love in a single channel.
Fantastic. I really like your graphics. Your recent social media posts look
Thank
absolutely
you.
incredible. They really do. Who do you think the next Elon Musk or Denise Coates, the CEO of Bet365, is going to be?
So I don't know who it is going to be, but I can tell you who I would like it to be, if that helps.
I love it. Yeah.
I'd really love the next Elon Musk to be, what's his name? The guy who built the system that cleans plastic out of the oceans. The Boyan Slat. Sorry, Boyan Slat, if I butchered your name and almost forgot it. Um, So the thing that I admire about Elon Musk is all of these advances that he's made in sustainable and clean energy and stuff like that. And if someone were to ever take his place, I would like it to be someone who can continue that legacy, and someone who's still gonna leave the world a little bit of a better place than it was before them, and somebody who's not just in it for selfish reasons. Selfish reasons are fine, but as long as you're Elon Musk and you have all this power, I love that he's also doing something good with it.
Yeah. I think it's a great attitude for anybody that's looking to start a business. Is the way that you can look at every day is, do you leave the world a better place than when you found it?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a really nice way of looking at things. That's really fantastic. And where's the best place for people to find you online, Cristina?
Well, I have a Facebook, which I'm assuming we're gonna find that somewhere
Oh, there'll
in a
be some
place.
links. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
And on my website. That's really about it right now.
What's your website?
BeeProductive.eu.
And that's
Because I'm
B
in the
as in
EU.
that's
Yes,
B as in
with two.
the buzzy bee.
Yeah,
Double E.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Christina, there we have it. Christina is the founder of BeeProductive, where she helps coaches automate and optimize their onboarding and fulfillment. She managed to get her first customer through referrals, recommendations, and by reaching out on a Facebook group that she was a member of. Christina's favourite app, I think, obviously, bearing in mind what she does, is ClickUp, but she's been also using Go High Level recently, a combination of a CRM, landing page, and sales CRM software. Very interesting. Her most recommended book is E-Myth by Michael Gerber, Traction by Jenna Wickman, and Storybrand from Donald Miller. She loves watching Patrick Bet-David on Valuetainment on the YouTubes, and Chris Do from the future. She thinks that we should be keeping an eye on Boyan Slat, who's been cleaning up the oceans, maybe would be the next Elon Musk. And you can find out more about Cristina by checking her out on on Facebook, and also checking out her website. That's beeproductive.eu, beeproductive.eu. Cristina, thank you for joining us on the JOD Pod today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been an honor.
Awesome. And thank you for joining us on today's interview with Cristina on the JOD Pod. To ensure you don't miss any of these episodes, you know the deal. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, bang that bell. And if you've got any questions about automation, please ask Cristina in the comments below anything about starting a business or supporting your business to grow. I'm sure Cristina will be able to jump on and answer them. That will help out this video, that'll help out Cristina, and it will help out all the future guests that we have on the JOD Pod. So I hope you've been inspired by what Cristina's been talking about today. Go and build something, go and create something, find a skill and inspire the next generation. Thank you for joining us today on the JOD Pod. If you enjoyed this interview, why don't you check out some of these other interviews that we've done on the JOD Pod. More inspirational CEOs, coaches, entrepreneurs, founders, and authors. I'm sure there's something here that will inspire you to build something new.